Good evening, all. I hope you've had a good day. Whew. I went to the beach today. I had a good time. Great conversation. Then I watched Candace. Whew. I wasn't ready for that. I knew it was gonna be something. Golly, she hit on so much. There's just so much going on right now. There really is. I feel heavy. I think we all feel heavy. It's hard to wrap your head around it all, truthfully. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it all. It's hard for me to wrap my head around day-to-day life sometimes, and things that I pick up, things that I see, things that I have an understanding of, things that I can't explain, things that I can't even explain. I can't even explain them to myself, so if I can't even explain them to myself, I don't see how I would be able to explain it to the world. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I find myself sometimes like, golly, really? You know? Whether it be on the roads, whether it be sitting at the beach, picking up on people's side conversations, mannerisms, gestures, unique synchronicities and patterns, and just life in general. It's such a unique time now. I don't know if other people feel the same way or if it's just me. But it's one of those things. Something came to me this afternoon when I was waiting for my son to get off work. And I thought it was really quite telling, and it was kind of based off a conversation that I had earlier. And I know a lot of people probably feel this way, and I understand where you're coming from. You know, there's so much tragedy right now. And there has been, there's children passing away at a very young age, people getting in accidents, people losing their lives so early without any type of understanding, families that have lost their children, parents that have lost their children. Just look at the stuff at Gaza. There's so much, and throughout the United States, there's so much tragedy. And for me personally, tragedy is just it's unexplainable. And I can't even fathom going through the loss of a child. I can't even fathom what I would feel if something were to happen to my son. That's why I'm so blessed that he's here, he's healthy, and that's why I try to live every moment to the fullest, because you're just never guaranteed the next moment. You're never guaranteed the next moment. And it's so important to not sweat things that you don't have a full understanding. Not sweat things where you don't land on the why. Everybody wants to understand the why. I used to want to understand the why, truthfully. When it came to unraveling of all of this, I used to want to understand the why. In different ways, I do want accountability, but I'm kind of at the place now where it's like, a part of me just doesn't even, because I don't even know if my heart can take it. I don't even know if my heart can take understanding the full truth and the full scope of everything. And I feel as though, because God knows that within me and within my heart, there's a specific reason why things have been unraveled to me the way that it has. And whatever comes to me or comes in exposure in the future years to come, days to come, minutes to come, is all in divine timing of that. And that's why I don't even yearn to understand the why. And at this point, I don't even know if I yearn for accountability anymore, truthfully, because it is so deep, it is so dark, and it is so outside of the world that I think that some things are better left misunderstood, or some things you just don't need to know. What you don't know won't hurt you sometimes, for me personally. Again, I'm speaking on behalf of myself, okay? Because it just helps me. It helps me go through my day and not have a hardened heart. Helps me go through my day and not have a bitter heart. It helps me go through my day and not pour out, bitterness and be mean and vengeful and hateful and, do the most. do the most and meet people in the venture that they have met me in whatever way, shape, or form, you know? And because I have such a full understanding for myself, and I have such a full understanding what heaven is, who God is, recognizing what Jesus Christ did on the cross, I do recognize that, unfortunately, when there's tragedy, when you lose someone and you don't have an understanding, or when there's betrayal and there's all this pain and there's all this heartache, although it is tragedy, it doesn't give you the right to bend tragedy so you can then go into the world and use it as an excuse to not be a good person. You see, and I think so often enough, we find ourselves bending tragedy to work to our needs to give us an excuse to do bad things. Because this happened to me. I went through this. I had this passing in my life, and I don't understand the why. Why was this person taken from me so early or so young? Why was this? Why this? And these are all valid questions. They are very valid questions. And unfortunately, we live in a reality where those questions, sometimes there's questions that you're just not going to get answers to until you meet God. Until you meet God and you have that conversation with him. And when you step into your faith, into your religion, into your spirituality, into whatever that looks like for you, and you begin to have an understanding that heaven is real, there is eternal life after this, you do recognize as well that you will see those people again. You will see those people again. And you also understand that with tragedy, there does come a purpose, generally, in tragedy, whether that's bringing you closer, whether that's bringing you the understanding of being grateful for the minutes, being grateful for the seconds, being grateful for the moments, being grateful for the memories, and just trying to wrap your head around different ways like that. And I hope this video is making sense. I feel as though I'm kind of rambling, but I'm trying to get to the place of understanding, because I know there's so many people within this world that don't understand the tragedy and why certain things happen to you and to your family, to your children, to your loved ones, that can be so horrific outside of this world. Like, why would God choose to take a little kid out of this world before they're 5, 6, 7, or 8? You know, why would God allow, children trafficking? Why would God allow this war? Why would God, and these are all questions, but you also have to understand that we live in a world consumed by man, consumed by women, consumed by ego, right? Consumed by greed, consumed by power, consumed by blackmail, by coercion. And it's one of those things. And if you go into the Bible, it's all in there. It really, truly is. And it's certain things in this world that are just not designed for us to understand. And tragedy is one of them. To me, it's just like, I'm at peace with not understanding the why. I'm at peace with accountability, maybe not something that I'm ever going to get. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Because I have found peace within myself and understanding that everything that I've walked through in this world and to this date was so divinely orchestrated that the why is just not something that I was designed to understand. And sometimes accountability is just not something that is a part of the plan either. It's a part of your path. It's a part of your evolution. It's a part of your evolving. It's a part of what did you gain through all that heartache? What did you gain through that tragedy? What did you gain through that grief, through that pain, through that loss, through that betrayal? That is the question, or that is the answer in reference to the tragedy, is that right there, landing on those. I'm going to remake this video, I think, because I'm not sure that I'm making any sense, but I'm going to rewatch it and we'll see. Knowing me, I'm just going to post it because I don't care. I hope it resonated.